Hello there, my name is Anthony Buraket with IEBA Communications, and today I am very excited to show you something that I have had a hand in developing. This is the Buraket. Now the Buraket is an accessory mounting system. It is a lightweight, portable system that allows you to mount multiple devices on cold shoes and accessory brackets so that you can hold phones, cameras, lights, batteries, whatever you need to hold in a professional, modular way. You build what you need. It looks great and does more than any other system is going to do. Let's take a look. All right, let me get right to it. This is the core part of the Buraket. This is the centerpiece. It has quarter 20s on both sides, a quarter 20 on top. Explain that in a minute, cold shoes on either side, and 6 dovetail mounting points. It sounds like a lot and it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but this is the core part of a modular system. Now, what we have done here is I needed to mount a specific tool on top of a light stand. I needed to mount 2 of them, and I've been trying multiple ways to do this, and I have been challenged, I should say, in mounting these cameras to a light stand in a way that is functional and looks good to the client, because the system that I'm using uses iPhones, and I have iPhones on motorized heads, and I wanted to mount multiple motorized heads on one light stand. There's really no way to do it. You could have multiple magic arms, you could have some sort of rails and something. That is why this was invented. This was invented to hold multiple systems on either side so that I could have one camera pointed at the presenter and I could have one camera pointed at the panel. And this way I can move this camera back and forth, I can follow somebody over here and I can have that going. Or let's just say you want to have a sit-down interview. You want to have one setup without multiple stands all over the place, one setup where you can get both the interviewer and the interviewee, or even add a third camera for a wide shot. How do you do that? Well, the key is these L-shaped arms. These L-shaped arms, on this one, it is holding the Galileo motor. Let's come over here for a closer look. This is holding the Galileo motor, and you can see on the bottom the quarter 20. There's a hole that allows a quarter 20 thread to go through, and I have mounted the motorized head on top of this arm. Now this arm fits nicely right in here. And this way I have, let me put that up correctly, I have a camera that is ready to move and follow the action. I then can mount a second camera over here. They don't hit. That was the key thing. I needed to mount it the same way so the direction controls are the same, but I also needed them far enough apart so that this with an accessory arm or a lens on it and a power cable coming off, they would be able to move freely and not have any sort of competition between each other. Now, if I've got 2 of these devices up here and I'm going to run a long show, I need to power all this. And what I've done is I've rigged off a battery thing and had that sitting there and 4 wires coming out, and that looked rather ungainly. Add 2 more of these little dovetail pieces, put them in here. 1, and let me move this head. 2, and then you can put your battery right on the front. Well, that's not down all the way. There. You put your battery here. You put 2 batteries here. Now I have one big battery with 4 outputs. It'll power 2 phones and 2 motor heads for 6 hours. And this is all very neat and orderly. This looks great. Well, let's just say you want to have a camera pointed at the audience. If I've got cameras looking this way at the stage and they're covering what's going on the stage, but I want a camera on the audience, do I have to put an accessory arm? No. We have this little accessory bracket that has a cold shoe in it. Take a closer look. We have this little accessory bracket that has a cold shoe in it, right at the top here, and a dovetail. Now it also has the quarter 20 thread that you can screw something into if you need, but this can easily be used to hold another phone. So you've got this camera and it's on a little arm that gives you the 90-degree angle, or any angle you want. You can position left, right, up, down, get the tilt right and everything. And then you're using the little dovetail bracket that fits right in here. So that this way you've got an audience camera facing this way and two cameras facing that way. It really does create a neat look. There's not a lot of height differences. There's not a lot of arms and other support, stuff just sticking around, cluttering up the view. This is sitting up top, and right now I am, figuratively, if you put my other head over here, I've got 3 cameras. Then, of course, you've got the 2 cold shoes on top. And I've got another thing over here. I can put an arm coming off of here for something else. Maybe I want to mount the Wi-Fi head up here too. I can have that coming down, have the Wi-Fi hotspot right here, and then have that Ethernetted back. Or I can have this and have it mesh network back to where everything else is. That's the beauty of the system, is that it is so modular. You build it to what you need. It is not any one particular thing. If you're doing something and you need lights, you can have 2 cameras over here and then a big light up top to illuminate from the center too. You could have strobes. If you're doing photography, you can have multiple strobes sitting up here. 1, 2, 3, 4 big strobes covering a big area, and you put it up. Now, I know there are other strobe brackets, but they're not modular. They force you to do what they want you to do, whether it be sideways and up and down or across. This lets you arrange it how you want it to work, how you need it to work. And that's the key thing. So when I don't need this, I can just take that out. Hey, let's just say I want to have this all put together and I want to be able to carry it. I can even just put a handle on the top piece up here, and then I'm able to just carry that away. Now, I have another camera here. I want to show you how all this works. Here's a closer view of how this stuff works. On top, we have this cold shoe on either side. We have the 1/4-20 threads on either side as well, and all of the dovetails, the 6 different dovetails, all are very strong and hold all of this together beautifully. There's no flex, there's no, bounciness to this, and it works far better than I ever thought it would work when I imagine how this would come together. Now, why is there a hole on the side here? Well, this is here for 2 reasons. Now, you can have accessory arms or whatever you want mounted to the side using these 2 1/4-20 threads, or, let me take off the motor head. Or, if you are using this, I have this right now, I have this on a light stand that has a 1/4-20 thread built into it. I also have a light stand that does not have a 1/4-20 thread. So if we scoot these over a little bit, let me put this on here. Well, it just comes down. Well, now what? Well, it can sort of twist, and that's not a good thing. So you can take this, another 1/4-20 thing, and now it's on there. It's very solid. There's no wobble. There's no wind going to make it bounce. And then, of course, if you need to rotate it, you can rotate by rotating the light stand pole itself, which is how you would do it on this side as well. That is what these 1/4-20 threads allow you to do. If you don't need them, you can take this out and use it on top of stands that already have the threaded. You just put it through, and the thread is available on the bottom. You put it in here, rotate it around, and now this is solid. This is a very, it's modular, it's plastic, but it is well done. It is going to hold a lot of stuff. Even the long brackets, you can see, have that cold shoe dovetail all the way through. There's the hole, and it comes up. And of course, being plastic, this allows you to even customize it further. If you wanted a 3/8 hole, you just drill that out. If you wanted to have a shorter bracket, you could just cut it off. That's one of the added advantages of doing it this way. Not only is it light, it is very strong based on the plastics we're using. It is modular so that you can make it, you can order the pieces that give you the functionality that you want, or just order all of them and pretend it's like Legos or something. and you can put all of this together to make the system be what you want it to be. And that was really the goal when putting this together. It started out, I needed to hold two things. Well, and I need to hold a battery. Well, what if I need to hold another audience camera? You know, and then it was like, well, if we make it modular, then it can work for me and anyone else. You know, I don't want two on the side. I want them to be on either side this way. That's how, you know, it can work out to be. So now I've got two cameras this way, and now I can add my third camera this way. It doesn't have to be one way or the other. It's any way you want it to be. And that is the cool factor. That is the, you know, the wow factor of the Buraket. Dominic Campagnon in England, whose company is Stream, he has been working with me in putting this together. He is the 3D printer mastermind. I had the initial crux to the idea, and this is what I think it should be, and this is how the L bracket should shape out, and we're working together to put this together, and I think this is going to be very useful to a lot of people. If you think it's useful to you, look for the link down in the description. Take you to the store, buy some pieces, put them together, try it out, let us know what you think. My name is Anthony Buraket with IAVA Communications. This has been First Look at the Buraket. Thanks for watching.